Okay, we're live. Hello. Dion Johnson here, the womanologist. It's 8 o'clock, it's Friday night, and I said I'd go live to see if anybody comes to ask me any questions about Prepare to Be Powerful, or about the unmasking journey, or about leadership. I see somebody joined. As you're here, as you're joining, please put your name. Let me know you're there by putting something in the chat. Thumbs up, say hi. Let me know you're watching. Let me know you're here. Let me know who you are. Let me know where you're watching from. It's great to see you. See that you're joining the room. Please say hello. Tonight is a Q&A session. So this isn't really any teaching. This isn't really any script. There's no script to this. I'm just showing up to see who shows up here tonight. It's 8:05. And I can see someone watching. So if you're here, please let me know who you are. And we can take it from there. There's no script tonight. It's just free flowing. I'm here in case you have any questions, in case there's anything that you need to ask. Yeah, I'm here for you tonight. You run the show tonight. You ask me. I can see you joining. As you're joining, please say hi. Please let me know that who you are, that you're watching. Let me know where you're watching from. Like I keep saying, no script tonight. Literally just saying hi. Literally here to answer your questions. Literally here to serve you, really. If you have anything that you want to ask me, then please go ahead and use the chat. Now, this chat is your virtual voice tonight. So say hi, find the chat, say hi, and let me know you're watching. I can see you joining. I can see you joining the room. Please say hello. My name's Dion Johnson, the womanologist. And I am really, really passionate about supporting women in senior leadership, women who report to boards and present themselves and their ideas and their insights to high-level audiences, women who present to boards, women who, present in conferences, women who present their ideas to networks, women who present their ideas and their themselves to shaping culture, to making decisions about policy, to thinking about the way that organizations are going, thinking about targets, thinking about what organizations will go for, what they won't, what the culture will be like. These women use their position to make a difference in our world through their work. And I'm really passionate about supporting these women for many reasons, but really, my big reason for wanting to support these women is because I realize that it's such a powerful position, that being able to share your ideas, to be able to influence, to be able to speak truth to power and to structures and systems that affect the people within the organization and without the organization. It's a really privileged position. But sometimes this pressure can be really real. And sometimes it can feel quite daunting, even when you're this brilliant, even when you are a really smart, savvy, brilliant leader. I know personally and I know professionally that it's not always the most comfortable place to speak truth. It's not always the most comfortable place to speak up and to speak out and to take a stand on things. But who knows that that's exactly what we need you to be doing right now. Speaking up, standing up, taking a stand, voicing your opinions, your true opinions about how we can fix things that aren't working well, about which way we should be going, what we'll be building past this pandemic, how we'll function, what the culture will be like, how we get to grips with some of these really big problems that have been really highlighted through the pandemic, like inequality and injustice and racism and sexism and all the isms that we've seen through the eyes of the pandemic, we've seen are still very much with us. That's why I'm so passionate about supporting you as women who are around the table talking about what to do about these things, because I know that you have ideas and I know that you have insights. I know that you have intellectual conclusions. You've drawn professional conclusions. Your life and your leadership and experiences have really taught you something about what needs to happen. And so we really need you standing in your power in those positions. So if you're here tonight, I'm here for you, that you run this show tonight. You tell me what it is that you want to know. I want you to say hi to me in the chat. Let me know that you're watching. I can't see any chat right now. I can't see any questions coming through, but I'm here for you to answer your questions. So let me know what it is you're thinking, what's on your mind, what do you want me to talk about, what do you want to know? Let me see if I can find another. Let me see if I can see any chat on my phone. I can see that there are some of you watching, so please say hi in the chat. I can see that I'm live. Hi Margaret, hi. Oh yeah, I can see it on my phone. I can see the chat. Amy, hi, lovely to see you. Yes, I hear you. It can feel lonely. Amy, do you have any tips on how to be more authentic in the boardroom? Yes, I do have tips on how to be authentic in the boardroom. It's about how to be authentic anywhere, really. And here's the thing, that I think it's really powerful to understand what authenticity really means. I mean, if I asked you that, Amy, what does authenticity really mean to you? You see, for me, authenticity is about being the you that God made. It's as simple as that. And I'm not asking you to be religious on me or anything, but I mean being the you that you were created to be, the you that you are born to be, the you that's true, the you that's true. And so if we think about that as a definition of what authenticity means, being the you that's true, the question has to be, what is it that's causing us to be untrue? What's causing us to be to go against that, to not be showing up as that true you? And I found that there are a few reasons. One is that oftentimes we don't really know who that true us is, because many reasons, there are so many opinions about who we should be, and we're taking them in subtly right from day one, just taking on all these ideas about who we should be, and we're trying to be this over there, and we're trying to be that over there, and we're trying to be something else over here. We're trying to be who we think we should be to meet expectations. Like, this is a huge deal when it comes to showing up anywhere authentically. It's like there's other people's expectations about how we should be that we take on, that we internalize, that we try to please, that we try to pander to. And so that's really one big reason why we struggle to show up authentically. Another reason why we struggle to show up authentically is because we ourselves, we're afraid of who we really are. We don't like who we really are. We don't really want to. There's something wrong with me. I believed that being Black, being a woman, being disfigured was not appropriate. That there was something wrong with me, and that was in my own head, in my own self-talk, that was what was stopping me from being authentic. So you see, if you think about it from those perspectives, then to be more authentic, that's what needs to be undone. It's deep, it's inner work. It's not an outer game that it's not learning how to stand or learning how to dress or learning how to use your tone of voice. It's more doing the inner work to think about who you are, why you're here or in that setting, and what it is that you can bring. If you can start to do the work to understand these things, who you are, what is true about you, what your gifts and talents are, what you're here to bring, and the reason, your motivation for being in the room, if those things can be your focus, consciously be your focus, if you can work on those consciously being your focus and being intentional about bringing those to the boardroom, that's how you begin to unlearn, unravel and dismantle those other voices that say that you're not enough, that say that you don't have what it takes, that says that you're not appropriate or you're inappropriate. You see, that's what needs to happen, that you need to do the inner work to understand who you really are and be you for true. Let me know if that answers your question. The other thing that you can do, of course, to be more authentic is gather intentionally to do the work of the unlearning. Gather intentionally to think about how you're showing up. Oftentimes, when you're a senior woman, you don't have people. You just criticized or nothing at all, or people speak behind your back. Criticized openly, or people speak behind your back. Well, a really powerful way to support yourself is to get yourself in a network where you are seen for real, where you can talk things out openly and honestly for real, where you can understand for real what is how you're being and how you want to be and how you need to be instead. So I hope that helps, Amy. Hello, Lady Margaret. You still here? Okay. Amy, did that answer your question, or do you need me to elaborate some more? Anybody else got any questions? For some reason, the questions aren't coming up here. Aha. Amy, thanks. That really helped. Good. I'm glad, Amy. Margaret, you say it can feel lonely too. I mean, it doesn't have to be lonely. So here's the thing, that I think it is lonely for women at the top because of a couple of reasons. So when you climb up the ladder in leadership, oftentimes the people that follow you don't feel like they have the right to challenge you. And oftentimes there's a whole lot of game playing going on in senior leadership. And oftentimes it's like what Amy was saying before, it's difficult to show up for real. And so what we need to do as senior leaders, as women who lead, is find support, seek out, be intentional about seeking out a place where you can be supported, and people that can rally around you, tell you the truth, that you give permission to challenge you, that give permission to support you, that you give permission to cheerlead, that you have a place where you can be really honest about what it is that you're going through. I can't stress this enough. The whole thing around tribe, community is key, and it's not always like the men have this down, they go playing golf, or they go to the pub, or they go out for drinks to the club after work. Like they know how to create community for themselves. I think that traditionally we haven't been good at securing support. I like to say support is not a 4-letter word. Because sometimes we treat it like, I did a little survey once, I did a little survey once, one summer, a few years back now. I did a survey, and I interviewed maybe 30 CEOs around the whole issue of professional support. And one of the things that really came out from that study was that we're okay with getting people to clean our house, just. We're okay with getting people to walk the dog. We're okay with, getting tech support, a VA, an admin support. But when it comes to our personal professional support, I call it, our how we're doing behind those masks, and how we're and the real struggles that we're having, or when we don't know the answer, when we feel a bit discombobulated, or we don't know the way to go, or we're stressed about something, especially to do with work. Those things we're not so good at securing support around. Those things we keep to ourselves, or we seek out support from people who are unable to support us. So we seek out support from family or friends. And oftentimes it causes strain there too, because they're not really qualified to help you professionally to get to the top, to grow through what you're going through. So it always, almost invariably, keeps coming back to it doesn't have to be lonely, but we have to take responsibility for creating a tribe, creating a support network. And that's really what the challenge is about. It's a taster of what it could be like to have a virtual support team, and build on that. Yeah. I didn't think of getting a network of like-minded women to share my experiences. Well, it's critical. Amy, do we know each other? Are you the Amy that has been on the challenge before, or are you a new Amy? Let me know if we've met, because if we haven't met, then you're not the Amy that I thought I was speaking to. But listen, you need to come on the challenge. You just need to come on the challenge and see, and just come and hang out. Just see what it's like. We're hanging out virtually, so you won't be able to see each other, but you will be able to share, and you will be able to connect. And so it's just a taster of what it will be like to start to be supported by other women, and it is powerful. I really urge you, if you haven't already. Yes, we have met before. So did you come on the challenge before, Amy? Did you come on the challenge before? Let's see. Amy, yes. Okay, so it is you. So then I guess you will know how it was. In fact, yeah, I think that you were the one that caught the challenge on the replay. You didn't actually come and hang out with us. That was right, isn't it? If I remember rightly. Yeah. I think that I can't say enough about getting yourself a support network. Some of the people that come on the challenge have become fast friends, business colleagues. Really, they're continually supporting each other even now from the challenge. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I remember, Amy. How are you getting on? I see you're doing amazing work in the world of HR. I see you I can see you doing some deep work from within. I can see from your post that your reflections and your personal growth is on a trajectory upwards right now. And I'm really cheering you on with that. Yes. Okay, so I can see Amy's here, and I can see Margaret's here, and I can see other people are here through the numbers. So just let me know who you are. A part of showing up for real is showing up. Like, let us feel your presence in this room. Let us know that you're here. Don't just be a bystander or hanging out in the background. Say hi and let us welcome you. I can see that there are more people here than are chatting in the box. And let me know if you have any questions for me. What are your thoughts, Margaret? I can see that you're still here. I tell you, tonight is your night. Thank you. I'm doing the work and I'm on a journey. Yeah, I can see you are. Please, do you have any more questions for me, Margaret? Anybody? One of the questions that came up in my LinkedIn inbox today was, who exactly is the challenge for? And I put my question above. Let's see. Margaret, please put it again. I can't, it's not coming up for me. Okay, yes, here it is. How do you deal with constantly trying to prove your worth when you are the only one in the room of color? Like, stop trying to prove your worth. That's the wrong focus. That if you are in the room, it's really important to think about the main thing, the main reason that you're in the room, and stick with that. Like, you don't have to prove anything about you. You need to contribute at a high standard. You have to show up and speak for real from a place of conviction and from a place of understanding and integrity and knowledge. Speak what you know. Like that, it is energetically expensive and energetically draining to be trying to have other people's opinions of you in your thinking as you're doing this work, as you are taking part in the proceedings. If your head is focused on helping them to understand who you are, then guess where your head is not? It's not on the mission. It's not on the problem. It's not on the issue at hand. It's distracting, and it drains your it blocks your influence. It diminishes your power. It diminishes the way that you come across. That when you're up in your head, that's why I like to say we have to learn how to get out of our heads and back into our power. Margaret, I know that you are a woman of deep passion for mission. I know that you have real conviction about what it is that you want to see get better in the world. And so this is what you focus on. This is what you speak about. This is what you contemplate and think about. And we'll show you how in next week we'll be going back to basics and getting the right things in the front of your mind so that you are able to show up in rooms and speak your truth and stand your ground and not be trying to please anyone or tell or prove anything to anyone. Like, this is the wrong fight. But we'll talk more about that next week. Let me see. What does that fit? What do you think, Margaret? Does that answer your question for now? Okay. If you are joining, please say hi in the chat. Let me know that you're here. Let me know who you are. Let me know what your questions are for me tonight. You run the show tonight. This is not scripted. I'm literally here to answer your good, Margaret. I'm glad that it's answered your question. And whilst you're thinking about what else you want to ask me, let me explain that in my chat, the question in my LinkedIn inbox, I got a question. I've had a couple of people ask me, who is the challenge for? And so I'll just say again that the challenge is for women in senior leadership. That's the first thing. Women who want to make a difference in their world through their work, women who know that there's more for them to be, more for them to do, more for them to say, more impact, more influence for them to have, more difference to make. Women who know that they're not done yet, they're not done. And women who care deeply about a better world, building a legacy, women who want to make a difference through their work. These are the women that I attract. And what I know about these women is that despite their desire to, despite the fact that they're brilliant and despite the desire to make a difference, it can often be really daunting showing up as you in your power, comfortable in your own skin, in the boardroom or when the spotlight is on. A lot of the women that I speak to, they kind of push other people out in front, you know, and stay back. But if you speak to these women, what I realize is that they've got such incredible insight, incredible ideas about what things could be like. They can see problems in their realm, and they care about fixing the real problems. They care about doing the real work. They care about challenging the status quo. So these women really care about making a difference, and that's who should be on this challenge, because we'll be talking about how we'll be just like pulling back the layers, going back behind the mask, and really looking at how we can show up for real, how we can personally redefine power. We'll be doing that on day 1. And on day 2, we'll be thinking about why we are powerful and what that power is for. And on day 3, we will be looking at some of the most unconventional things that we don't usually talk about that block our influence and drain our power, that block our power and inhibit our influence. So we'll be looking at that on day 3. And on day 4, I'll introduce to you what I call the power path, so that we'll be looking at, you know, that every one of us has our particular place where our power's made for. Like, so our difference is going to be made if we find our own unique path. And so we'll be doing the work to find your own unique path on the next day. And then on the 5th day, we'll be looking at rules for that path, rules for the road that will help you to really thrive on that road and make more difference on that road and be more influential on that road. So we'll be looking at all of those things this week, and it's going to be an incredible week. Okay, anybody else got any more questions for me? Can feel lonely. Do you have any tips on how to be more authentic? Done that one. Hey Lynette, lovely to have you joining us. Thank you. Do you have any questions? Are you joining us for the challenge? And do you have any questions for me? Let me know if you have any questions. This is an unscripted night, and it's really about answering your questions. So I'd love for you to ask me what you want. Have we met before, Lynette? Yes. What's the challenge? I'm interested. Well, I'll drop the link in the chat, Lynette, and you can go and check the challenge out. Basically, I'm having a 5-day executive challenge for women in senior leadership, women who report to boards, women who present themselves and their ideas to high-level audiences, so boards, conferences, places where culture is being shaped, decisions are being made, organizational outcomes are being crafted and devised. You know, that that level of conversation. Women who want to make a difference in the world. We'll spend 5 days having very powerful conversations, an hour at a time. There'll be homework, there'll be assignments, there'll be, every woman will be required to go live and do their homework in the group chat. And it's a really powerful container for us to start to really shift the needle on how we're showing up in our work and in our life as powerful women who make a difference. So I'm putting it's called Prepare to be Powerful. And you can check it out here. She asked, what is the challenge? She asked, what is the challenge? Did I not answer that? Did I answer? Lynette, do you need me to elaborate some more? Margaret, did you think that I didn't answer? I saw your interview with Simone's wife and you had me intrigued. Of course I want in. Is there a link? Okay, well, the link's posted in the chat now. Do you understand what the challenge is now, or do you need me to elaborate some more? And Margaret, why did you put that in the chat? Did you think that I didn't answer the question? I don't know if there's a delay in the chat. Margaret, do you have anything else that you need to ask? Amy, are you still here? Anybody else have any more questions? Okay, I see the link. What's the intention behind the challenge? The intention behind the challenge is 1, support, 2, to help women who are in senior positions who care about their ongoing development to continue to grow as influential change makers. So whether you are just wanting to navigate this new intense season that we're leading in right now, so the pressure is really real. Uncertainty is really high right now as we're emerging from lockdown and we're building back. We're working out what the future is going to look like for us. And for many women in senior leadership, that's a time of uncertainty. Confidence can be a little bit knocked, and it can be a little bit uncertain about how we're going forward. And the second thing is that there is huge opportunity around right now. There's huge opportunity. There's huge opportunity to make a difference. There's huge opportunity to shift the needle on some of the hard problems. Okay, I see. Okay, you see real time, I don't see. Okay, there is a delay. All right. So yeah, the second thing is that the challenge is really about helping women to go to the next level. They're being called. We're being called higher. We're being called to ascend to a new height of influence and impact. And so the challenge is really helping us to unpack that. It's for those women who want to reignite their development. It's for those women who want some time to think through and plan and talk about and see leadership and see life and see their role in new ways, redefine in many ways, redefine who they're being, how they're showing up, what the next step is, what needs to shift in order to help their impact to be more powerful, show up more powerfully, speak up more powerfully, and make more difference, shake things up powerfully. That's the whole point, Lynette, of the challenge. I feel I'm in the right place. Lots happening in my day job. This will position me. It's no accident that I'm here. Well, it's amazing. It's amazing. You know, one of the things that I like to say about the challenge is that we're all coming from different places. Some people are really feeling good in their career right now and just want to take it to the next level. Some people are really struggling to get to that next place. And some people have hit a bit of a rut. Some people feel a bit stuck. Some people are wanting to make the kind of difference, but they're in some kind of conflict or some kind of problem. Some people have imposter thinking that's, you know, really thinking about you know, where they are in their life, and they're not sure about, you know, how to move forward. All of these things are valid here. And what I want people to know is that this challenge is not a rant fest. It's not a place where we just sort of lick our wounds. It's called a challenge for a reason, because we'll be challenged to find new answers, to see things in new ways. What I've learned is that showing up more powerfully has an inner game and an outer game. And if we only focus on the outer game, standing, how we're responding outwardly, if we only try and work on that, then we miss the mark. I found that what we have to do is go back to basics, start within and go back to basics, and just clean up our thinking around who we are and how we want to respond to what's going on around us. There is so much uncertainty right now. The pressure is real. That's not imagined, but how we respond to it is what we'll be working on in the week. Who will be responding? We work on our identity as leaders. We'll work on how we see ourselves, our self-perception, which is the game-changing key for moving forward in such an uncertain, dark, heavy, intense, shaking, crisis, confusing time as this. Lots happening in my day job. This will position me. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And you, Margaret, same thing. Yeah. They're laying people off. I see opportunities. Yeah. Feels like a clean reset. Reset is an amazing word. Reset is an amazing word for the week that we have of us. They're laying people off, and if you get laid off, then that's an amazing opportunity. If you are one of those that stays, that's an amazing opportunity. But what we'll be doing in the week is really finding the opportunity, priming you to be able to see the opportunity where you are. Oftentimes, I hear people saying all the time, you wouldn't believe the amount of shit that I'm going through at work. You wouldn't believe the amount of shit that's happening in this place. And I like to say, it's not shit, it's manure. It's not shit, it's manure. It might not smell good, it might not feel good, but in it, there are the nutrients for your growth. In it is what you need to build your influence muscles, to build your leadership muscles, and to step on like stepping stones to your more powerful expression, to your more powerful impact and influence. And that's what we'll be breaking all of that down in the week. Reset's an amazing word, Lynette. Anybody else have any other questions? I'm sorry about the delay on this chat. Let me see, what do I want to say? What I really want to say, if there's no more questions, what I really want to say is you're more powerful than you know. And next week, I really want you to leave with a strong sense. I really want you to be able to find those thoughts, those pesky little hidden thoughts that hide away from our consciousness, but block our influence. It is the healthy confusion which we all need. You get to see people's real colors. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's exactly that. You get to see your own colors. I think that's what we'll be doing next week, is that you'll get to see your colors. So oftentimes we think that we're looking out and trying to read everybody and everything around us, and we have to do that, right? We have to start to keep safe. We have to keep ourselves safe. But here's the thing: when you are functioning that way, what we need to do is we won't be able to grow that way. Like, the growth comes when we go within and find our own colors, find how we're showing up, find out how it's out of sync with who we really are, and find out who we really are and line up with that. Like, that's the work that needs to happen. Yes, I like the term too, healthy confusion. How do we stop giving our power away? I remember one day really thinking about what it means to give our power away. I remember going and I had to have a blood test, and I wondered, as I stretched out my arm like this and the nurse put the needle in and took my blood, I wondered if giving your power away was like giving blood. Like, what do? Do you kind of just go, here you are, take my power? How do we give the power away? The more I thought about it, Amy, the more I realized that actually our power isn't giveawayable. But what we can do is become disconnected from the power. We can stop being conscious of it. We can stop using it. We can stop placing a demand on it. We can stop utilizing our power. And then it feels like it's gone. Like, like when you go and you give blood, giving your power away is not like you don't grab this power and give it away to somebody. It's not something that you can give away. It's something that's yours. But what we do as women often is we just become so far removed from our sense of that power, and we neglect the mastery, the process of developing the use of that power. And we find ourselves in situations where we show up without a sense of that power, and it feels like it's gone. It feels like someone has taken it. It feels like we've given it, but actually it's still there waiting for us to utilize it, learn how to utilize it, learning how to tap back into it. The power is yours, and we have to learn how to tap back into it and master it and acknowledge it, and how to place demand on it. And oftentimes the things that are placing a demand on our power when we're disconnected feel like stress, feel like pressure, feel like anxiety and stress, like we're out of our depth. I believe we give our power away, but putting yourself last, putting other people's needs before yours. The thing about your power is that you can't give it away. You have it, and when you can become disconnected from it, that's when we put people first. When we don't understand our power, when we don't understand how to nurture it, when we don't understand how to stay connected to it, then we do things that are contrary to staying connected to it, like putting everybody else's needs above our own. But when you understand your power, and when you commit to the process of mastering it, then and nurturing it, then you know what to do. You know that it needs you to put it first. It means that you know that you know how to what your needs are. You know how to prioritize your needs. You know what you need to do to keep your power building, to keep your cup filled up, to keep your heart full, to keep your power rising. Like, that becomes a priority when you get connected to your power and the purpose for it. And that's why we'll be talking about exactly that next week. We're going to get you reconnected to your power and understanding what your power is for, so that you can prioritize and mastering that power for what it to use it the way that it's supposed to be used. Thank you, Dion. I really resonate with your answer. I see how I have disconnected in the past from myself in stressful situations. Yes, and that's not by accident. You know, that's not by accident that we have historically external forces have undermined our power. We've learned to undermine our own power. We model a system that has undermined our power, but it's not gone, it's there, and that's what we'll be doing. A lot of people talk about empowering women. I don't talk about empowering women because I believe that we're already powerful, and I believe that power is already there, and my job is to help reignite, to repower you, to reignite that power, because it's already there. So think about it like this. Have you ever heard any of those stories where sort of a truck runs over a mother's child, and she sees her child under the truck, and she goes and she single-handedly lifts the truck off of her baby? Have you ever heard those stories? When I was writing my book and doing the research for my book, I actually found several of those stories. It's called hysterical power. It's the kind of power, there's a term for it, hysterical power. And what it really means is that there is this latent power that only comes out when you need it, like in urgent situations, or like you've heard people do miraculous things. I read a story about a woman who when there was an earthquake, she lay over her babies and let the stones fall on her and keep her baby safe. Incredible feats of hysterical power, incredible feats of extraordinary strength. And I believe that your influence and your power works that way. That it's when there's a demand on it, when there's a need to step into something, when there's a need to carry a weight, when there's a need to do something important, then that's when you see the power flow. That's when you see, but you have to get ready for that. You have to learn how to master yourself. You have to understand that you have to do this work that we'll be doing in the week to really begin to increase your capacity for the power to be to come when you need it, for the power to show up in those emergencies, or when the door opens and you get an opportunity to stand up and express yourself, or when somebody calls on you, or when a platform appears, or you get a microphone in a audience that requires your insight or your ideas. Like, you see, this power is there, and if we take care of the vessel, and if we master how to keep staying connected to this power, and we master how to build this power and allow it to evolve and mature, then when it's required, it will be there. When you pull on it, it will flow. When you open your mouth, it will come out. When you stand for something, it will happen. When you use your heart, it will be powerful. That's my theory about how we prepare to be powerful, is that we don't try and find power from somewhere. We connect with the power that we have within, and we master it. Just like those people, just like the women who lifted cars off their children. Like, they didn't They didn't have confidence with themselves. Well, that's a great big car. I'm only little. My muscles are small. No. They didn't hold confidence. They needed it and it showed up. It's fight or die reaction. Sounds like a voice within us. Not just a voice though, but a real power to influence, a real power to take a stand, a real power to make a difference, contribute to be part of the decision making process, the culture shaping process, the way the having a say, making a contribution to the way that things are in your world. We have this power, and now it's time to use it. Thanks for explaining. I've read that. Any other questions? Let me know if you have any. It is driven power. Yeah, it is bestowed power. It's power that we have as women. We'll be talking about this much more next week. It's power that we have and waiting to be mastered and utilized. It's within you. So, Lynette, it's within you. It's within you. The question is, what do you want to do with it? We'll be talking more about that next week. The point is that it's time for you to show up more authentically, to speak up more confidently and honestly and credibly, and to shake things up so that the people who you want to influence can see you and hear you and take you seriously. And that's what we really need to clarify and work on in order for your voice to begin to make the kind of difference that it's being called to make right now. Question: when we have completed the challenge, what will it enable to go on and do? So the last day we'll be thinking about next steps. So the whole point of the week is to get you on what I call your power path. It's like on your development journey to being the influencer that you are wanting to be the powerful presenter of yourself and your ideas that you want to be. So through the week, we'll be working out what that means, what being powerful looks like for you, what the purpose of your power is, what your platform will be, like what you want to do with it, and then we'll look at what's blocking it, what's getting in the way. And once you see all of these, every day we'll be working on a little piece of this. And when you see what's getting in the way, then you'll make a decision to the steps that you'll need to take in order to start to realign with your power, to master your power. That's what you'll be doing. And then so as we work through the week, your next steps will be becoming clearer and clearer. Who it is that you'll need to talk to, what it is that you'll need to say. Your confidence will be higher. You'll be clearer on your next step about what your power path looks like, what your ascension journey looks like. See, evolution is a process. It's not an event. So what we're going to be doing is doing the pre-work to get your feet firmly planted on what I call your power path, so that you can begin now to make your difference, grow and develop as an influencer in the right place. So that's what we'll be working on through the week. I like that. Shake things up, disrupt. Yeah. But not just for the sake of it, you know, we're just going to get really clear on the difference that it is that you want to make and what's blocking that. The difference that you want to make and what is blocking it, and how we can unblock it so that your feet are firmly on the path of your growth and development. That's what we're going to be doing really for the week. Anybody else? Any more questions? Can't see anything. What are your thoughts? What are you thinking? Thank you. If you're just joining us, let us know who you are. Say hi in the chat. Let me know if you have any questions. We've been here an hour now, but I'll stay if there are more questions. Let me know. I think there is a little bit of a delay on the chat. Let me see if there's anything on my phone. Oh, my battery died. Okay, so I'm going to go if there are no more questions. I'll wait another couple of minutes because I know that there is a little bit of a delay, but I'm going to go. If questions come up for you, you can drop a line to my inbox, connect@dionjohnson.com. If you're still on the fence about whether or not you should come and join us, then just get off the fence and come and join us. It's low ticket on purpose, so that it's not going to break your bank. It will just you can come and see and get the groundwork laid for your power path, and it will be, you won't regret it. It's a powerful week. Thank you, Amy. Will you be joining us again, Amy? Lynette. Are you still here, Margaret? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts, Lynette? Let's see. Lynette, if you have any more questions, then let me know. Lynette, I really hope that you do decide to join us. It will be great to see you on the challenge. I think that we're done. I don't think there are any more questions now. I'm looking forward to hanging out with you next week. I really hope that your questions have been answered tonight. And if you have more questions or things occur to you over the weekend, then just drop me a line at connect@dionjohnson.com and we'll take it from there. The Facebook group opens on Sunday, so watch your inbox for the time of doors opening, and I'll see you inside the group. All right? Good. You'll be joining us. That's great, Lynette. Look forward to welcoming you in the group. Okay, that's it. I don't see any more questions coming through. So I will see you inside the challenge, hopefully. And if you have any questions, like I said before, just drop them into my inbox and I'll get those answered. See you next week. Bye.